Hello, hi, it's Liz here, and it's drawing day today. Following this book, 15 minutes drawing, Learn How to Draw Colour and Shade by Jessica Smith. And we are at project 24, a fish. So hopefully this should be quite straightforward and easy today. We'll see. I found last week's quite tricky. The tropical bird, and I didn't do, and I know a couple of people mentioned in the comments, so this is the book I'm using. I've covered the front and the inside, and we're just doing a project on each page. And yeah, a few people would mention that I hadn't done my pen, and I was going to, and while I was actually colouring it in, I was thinking the pen sketch might be quite tricky in all these little scalloped edges. There's a double layer there and a double layer here, and the sketchy look is kind of little short kind of scribbly lines with the pen, and I don't think I'd be able to do that in a kind of scalloped edge way without just making it solid. And so I was thinking about that during doing it, and I thought, oh, I wonder if, that's not quite right, but, you wouldn't really get a sketchy look. It would just be a, you would, well, maybe you would, I'm not sure, that you would maybe get, I don't know, but I decided against it. We'll see. Maybe go back and do another one on this page. Maybe a bit bigger, and then there would be room for the sketchiness. Anyway, we're on to a fish. So, what does it say about a fish? Let your imagination run riot when it comes to drawing this creature of the deep. So, step 1, sketch out the fish or trace the template. You can change up the pattern, maybe try spots, stars, or a checkered pattern. Okay, now how do we normally do this? We'll just put that there. And I'll just pop up and make sure that you can see what's going on. I can put that over a little bit and still, yeah. Okay, so maybe do kind of this top line first. And then it goes to a point. And so then his nose, his face, then kind of comes round to meet him. And then we'll do his tail. I think his nose is more of a point. Do his little fancy frills, and then his little, I was going to say, I know it might be a gill, but I was going to call it a wing. Maybe he's a flying fish. And then one down this way. Oh well. that'll do. Because that one does look smaller than that one. Yeah, I'm okay with that. Okay, step 2. Step to Maloo. Begin by using a coloured pencil to colour in all of the fins, that's what it is, with a block colour. I chose a lovely bright golden yellow. Okay, so we have the pens here. And I've got my water here. So I'm using my paper palette. And a little bit of water. Okay, so we are doing these fins. So I'm going to be moving the drawing from a Thursday to the weekend, probably the Sunday, because this is a nice kind of straightforward, easy one with no real prep. And I think it will be more relaxing for me to do it on a Sunday. And yeah. So I think what we'll do is something else on a Thursday that's a wee bit more... Oh, I leaned on that there. Took some of the paint off. Yeah, so this will be nice, I think, for a Sunday to do the drawing and the painting then. Okay. So, what are we at now? Next, take a contrasting colour pencil, such as this lilac for the head and a darker purple for the details around the head and the eye. So, let's stick with the lilac. I've got a lilac and a purple. So, the paler one for his head. Right, and then round this bit, and we'll just go directly in with the pen, because these have got nice fine, these are Zig Clean Colour Kuretake Real Brush pens, and they've got nice fine nibs, brush points, whatever you like to call them. There we are. Okay. And now, finally, add colour to the fish's body. Bright red for this and coloured in every other stripe. Use the same dark purple for the lines on the tail and the fans of the fish too. And we need to do a little dot in his eye. and we want some stripes. Right, so a red, let's just stick with the colours. This is a wee tricky bit here, going in these little scalloped bits. So it's been great to see there's a couple of subscribers doing these drawings along with me at their own pace. And so they've been posting on our little Facebook group. I will put a link to the Facebook group in the description box. And yeah, they're doing really great. It's lovely to see the practice and the, you know, people getting better at drawing and enjoying joining in. So that's really nice. Right, just going over it, making them a little bit darker, because for some reason this red, carmine red, looks pink when you add the water. I don't know why that would be. Right, so, oh, that's done. I'm getting a little bit, there we are, a little bit of ink everywhere, pen everywhere. Okay, so what do we need to do now? The lines on the fin and the tail, which was the dark purple. Now, is mine dry? I'm not sure that it is dry, but we'll, because if that's not dry, it'll just spread. So let's do our outlines first, and then maybe by that time our paint will be dry to go over it with the lines. So let's do this. Yeah. Okay, let's add a little bit of sea. What have we got? We've got a blue-grey, because we can't have them floating in mid-air. So before I add, oops, need to clean the brush. There was pink there. take the lid off. That's an idea. Right, now have I got... Ooh. Let's just add maybe just kind of little bits on top of that. See, this isn't watercolour paper, so adding too much water is going to make it like give you little bits of fabric from the paper. So that's not such a good idea to add too much water, but anyway, once the paper dries, it'll just brush off. Right, I think we'll be dry enough now to do our lines on our fins and our tail. So it was this. Now I'm wondering now if I should do it the black with the fine liner. No, we'll do the purple. He's a brightly coloured fish. So we need lines coming from here. Right to the edge, actually. I wonder what kind of fish he is. There we are. So we've got the book and we've got this one. Yeah. I think we'll just add a little bit of a shade of the red to the edge there. And do the same with the purple. And then just bring it out a tiny bit. There. Okay. So, let's tidy up a little bit and have a look. What do you think? Yeah, happy with that. Those little bits will just, it's just little bits of pill from the, I think that's what it's called, from the paper. Yeah, that's better. Yeah, I'm happy with that. Better than last week's bird. So what's next week? So that was the fish. Oh, snake. Oh, Oh, well, famous last words, but that should be easy. So that will be next Sunday for this. We will move it to a nice relaxing Sunday afternoon. Yeah. Okay, so thanks for joining me today. If you've enjoyed the video, a thumbs up would be great, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now.